everyone. Oh, poor Scott isn't in the frame. Sorry, Scott. Scott has been deleted. Thanks, Dean. Welcome to Devstream number 83. This is a Warframe Devstream where we sit and talk basically every other week about Warframe. This Devstream in particular is pretty exciting for us. It's going to be filled with spoilers about the War Within quest. If you don't know, the War Within quest just launched on PC a week ago today. We're going to be talking a lot about it today, in addition to your questions. But if you haven't played it, or you're on console and you don't want to be spoiled, now would...
Close Twitch now.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to put a spoilers up, Dean, like we did last time. But anyway, we do have a spoilerific stream for you today. We have our usual guests. We have 3 extra special guests as well throughout the stream. So stay tuned if you...
extra special?
They're extra special.
More special than you guys.
We're special guests, they're extra special guests.
Yeah, they're extra special.
Are we just guests this whole time?
Yeah, you're just guests.
Technically, at some point, it's just going to be Rebecca.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Devstream,
You are now
Rebecca.
perfunctory bodies for the ratios.
That sounds pretty good. All right, cool.
But anyway, hello, guys.
I'm not staring into space. I'm watching chat.
You guys look...
I'm reading what you guys are saying. Hi.
You look well rested despite the circumstances.
I feel really tired. I feel really tired.
But thank you for taking time to do a dev stream today. Some housekeeping. We have a 24-hour alert on all platforms after the stream, so you should get a catalyst.
Sorry. What's that, Wolf? Oh, we're going to go right to the Electoral College map right now. We're seeing Riven Mods pulling ahead in Connecticut, Ohio. Oh, this just in. Riven Mods have taken Florida. Sorry.
Oh, God.
Keep it timely.
Yep, it's all right. Devstream 83 is also going to be accidentally political. If you're watching on console and we haven't spoiled and scared you off yet, we will have information for you about your build later next week. We're just going to decide on a PC cutoff. We got to get a lot of hotfixes in before we cut off a build for you, and then Megan and Drew will let you know. Of course, you should also know that Necros Prime Access packages are leaving the market, so you can't buy them anymore. They're leaving next week, being replaced for Valkyrie Prime, so we'll have more to say about that later. And if you're playing on PC and you love The War Within, as of 3 hours ago, it's replayable. So you can now replay The War Within a week later. After this stream, we will be recording our second stream podcast with some new guests, so stay tuned.
Oh, yep. Extra special guests there
Extra,
too?
even more special.
Okay, cool.
But before we have a lot of questions today, a lot of assets to show, a lot of ribbon stuff to discuss. But guys, War Within is out. You did it. The whole team at DE did it. Thanks to everyone that doesn't get a spot on the couch. If you're watching at DE, you made this possible in some way. So thank you. Thanks to our players for playing it, and thanks to you guys.
Thanks.
How does it feel?
Weird.
Yeah, what do they call it? They call it the baby blues?
The what?
Don't
Yeah,
baby
there was a bit of a...
postpartum. Yeah, there's a bit of that right now.
Is that actually a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're suffering from it.
We did suffer from it
What
a
is
little
it?
bit. Yeah.
Baby?
Postpartum.
Oh, well, but baby blues, is that the same
That's
thing?
what they call it. That's a nice way of saying it.
It's a friendly nickname for depression. That's good.
Yeah, I like friendly nicknames. Yeah.
Baby blues.
All right.
But it's awesome to, I mean, God, the bombardment of reactions and excitement was amazing. Those first couple days of just, scanning Twitter. Jeff's Twitter feed is obviously
Jeff the Twitter hound.
Yeah, if you haven't followed Jeff on Twitter yet. But yeah, it was pretty amazing.
So a lot of work goes into making a quest like that happen. And today we have a pretty exciting feature. We have 3 DE folk, in addition to us, that have brought a little bit of what they contributed to the War Within.
Oh, cool.
And we're going to sit and talk about what they brought.
Awesome.
This is all spoilers, so we are assuming you have played the quest at this point.
Or spoiled yourself.
Or you're happy to be
I
spoiled.
can see some console players saying,
well,
I couldn't help myself, I spoiled myself. So
Oh yeah, console players, get away.
Stick with us.
So first up, of the people that you don't really see on dev streams too often, but of course bring you the game that you know and love, is Eric. So Eric, why don't you come on over? Sheldon will be Sheldon will be being your microphone for today.
Thanks.
Hi, Eric.
Hi.
And what did you bring to share with the class today?
I brought a couple screenshots of some of the lighting work we've done on Warframe.
Awesome.
Well, I don't know when we're gonna start showing.
You can do it right now.
Show right now.
Start with the first folder. I think it's under Fortress.
So lighting and War Within. Oh, what is this here?
So this right here is.
This is great lighting.
Part of the idea for these sets is to kind of show what lighting adds to a scene.
Cool.
So this is the level without any lighting at all before we kind of go in and do our thing. So if you go to the next image, it's the same shot but with lighting now.
Holy crap.
So you can kind of see it's a big deal.
Yep.
You know, the layout guys do a great job for us, and you know, a lot of times they'll go in with a little bit of a preliminary lighting.
I'm just going to pause you. Dean, you spelled spoiler wrong? Okay, good. Just making sure. Back to you, Eric.
Spolier.
Back to you.
Spolier.
Permanent.
Spolier alert.
Back to you, Eric.
Am I fresh?
So the next set, like, it's just, I think it's 3 shots from different fortress levels.
Oh, cool.
So once again, another level without any lighting, and then next shot with the lighting in there.
Yeah, beautiful.
So, and then finally one more, and I'm only half of the lighting team. There's actually 2 of us.
Okay.
So this one is one of the environments that the other lighter, Jeremy, lit.
Awesome.
And you know, this, yeah.
Oh, wow. Very cool.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it makes,
So much more atmosphere.
yeah.
Yeah.
This tile turned over.
Yeah, a big
Yeah.
thank you to all the lighting work on this tile, because I think every player that I saw, you know, write up something about the War Within made a comment on the atmosphere and lighting was the best they've ever seen on a tile set. So
Yeah, we I think we started lighting about a year and a half, almost 2 years ago, like transferred over. So every
Not
tile
this set.
not this set, yeah, just
I'd say the first tile set, you'll see our work in would be the ocean.
right.
And since then, we've also been going back and relighting some of the older tile sets.
Right.
So as we go along, and you know, the more tile sets we light, we start to get more comfortable with how the engine works, how the tools work.
Awesome.
And then Steve keeps adding new tools for us to use,
Such as
which is
volumetric
one-
lighting.
Yep. Which is actually a great segue, because
Oh, I
the next couple shots, if you go to the, I think it's the Maw Cave.
Yep.
This is the Maw Cave without any lighting.
Right on.
And then the next shot, if you can get, this is with lighting, and then the next shot you'll get to see like what volumetrics have added to the scene. So it really kind of gives a lot more of an atmosphere in it, and it's a bit of a game changer for us to really, like, you know, create a lot more mood and
Oh my God,
create
yeah.
some like thickness to the air now.
It's fantastic.
Okay, that's super
Yeah, that's
impressive.
great.
I didn't check those out before the stream, but holy crap.
That's gorgeous.
And then I got another sample where it's another shot inside the cave where it's with and without the volumetrics. So without volumetrics, and then with it. And it really just kind of pops shapes out a lot more.
Yeah.
And it's one of the things where we started just sticking them in where we made it obvious. And then with this cave, I really kind of took it the next level where I could actually use volumetrics to separate, you know, create more depth out of it. Another thing, if you run through this cave and if you look closely,
And now that you can replay the
On
quest,
your
you can.
replay.
You
Yeah.
can. Yeah, yeah. All your work.
what I did was at the end of the cave, there's a tunnel leading out where, you know, I figured, you know, a lot of wind is coming in. So if you start at the beginning of the cave, there's little movement in the volumetrics. As you get closer and closer to the end, the wind starts to pick up, and you'll notice that the air moves, like there's a lot more wind as you get closer to the end of that cave.
That's awesome. And I think the first question everyone will have is, when are you doing this to old tile sets?
We basically, what happens is every time we have an update, there's a bit of a lull for us because we can't light levels until they're built, right? So during that time, we kind of make an assessment of which of the older tile sets need a relight the most. And then we kind of go in and do our little exploration, like, you know, color boards, color palettes, and kind of find a working color palette for it and a balance. And we work closely with Matt and Corey, who's one of our material guys that's responsible for converting a lot of our materials to PBR.
Oh, yes.
So we kind of set out and find a direction, and then we just go to town. And then, you know, we do that, and then until a new tile set comes up for the next update, and then we move on to that, and we just jump back and forth.
I see you have another folder. Does that mean you have examples of
it's
exactly
a
that?
preview of, like, this kind of went out a bit prematurely. But
As is prone to happen.
Yeah, it's called preview.
Yeah, preview.
Yeah, so this is, we've been relighting the Shipyards tile set. Is that
Yep.
Sedna, I think?
Right now it used to be Ceres, but now it's moved to Sedna.
All right.
Yeah.
So this is a part of the relight, and then the next shot is we're going through and adding volumetrics to all these levels as well. So the whole idea was it's a really polluted, gaseous planet, and without this, it was really hard to get that to come across, right?
Awesome.
So we've been going through and just, you know, relighting, remastering, as in, like, you know, optimizing and tying in unifying all the materials, and then going through and just adding volumetrics and giving it a lot more mood to it.
Awesome.
So yeah, bit of a preview of what's probably coming out within a couple weeks.
That's beautiful.
All right.
Yep, that's great. Oh, look at that juice.
Yeah, the sludge planet. It's gonna make
Tasteful, too.
Yeah.
Gorgeous. And I think as a thank you for coming and showing all this, do you want to give away a platinum prize to our viewers?
Sure.
All right, let's get a platinum
do we
prize
do
up.
this?
Every one of you is going to get to do this. I see our green room over there. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a platinum prize up at the top. You'll see a name get called, and you can.
You get to
I
read
have
the
to
name.
call them.
Yeah.
Good luck reading the name.
Yeah.
It's always tricky.
All right.
It is. Here we go. Dean's got us covered. If we had a sound person today, they could have made effects for this, like real time.
Yeah, George could just.
Yeah.
Jeopardy, Final Jeopardy.
Exactly.
I think we almost put George in the hospital. So.
I know.
He
Yeah.
took the
I got
day
a lot
off
of
today
glare
to
here.
sleep.
George needs to recover.
Yep.
Give me an easy name. Give me a name.
Nope.
Who's it going to be? Easy name. Oh,
That's
Aquinas Hub
there you
is the
go.
winner.
very good. Congratulations. All right.
Thanks, Eric, for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us. Great work. We're going to move on to our next special guest.
All right, so
I should probably say if your name is Aquinas or Aquinas Hub, message our Twitch page with your platform and we'll hook you up with 1,000 platinum. You just need to tell us where to put it. PC, Xbox One, PS4, Scott's wallet. Just choose wisely.
The lighting guys did such a great job because the volumetric lighting code got finished kind of really late. And then
Yeah.
it was like,
Wait.
so are we going to ship this?
Who did that? Who did that
Yeah.
on them? Like who gave it to them like the last minute?
Yeah, who's responsible for the
They
bottleneck?
didn't even know they were going to get it. But it came up very late, and then it was the question was like, okay, are we going to ship this? And I'm like, yep. And then they just started plowing through all the levels.
Round of
It was
applause
really
for all
amazing.
art and level teams. We're now going to go into animation. Obviously, this was
What?
a cinematic quest, so a lot of it came down to animation. Tim, the human saint, is going to come with his
in. All
with his
right.
band-aid on his arm for giving blood. Like
Hey, Tim.
Why
Good
did
bandage from his mocap
he donated
injuries.
blood.
Tim, you're supposed to be
yes.
wearing the mocap suit.
Oh, sorry. I'll go change. I'll go change.
So, Tim, you're going to get a chance
Probably
to
the
give out
cleaners
flat.
right now.
But Tim brought what might be my favorite side-to-side video in Warframe history. So I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about what you do here, and then we'll play your video.
Sure. Well, I'm one of the animators here.
So you work for Jeff? Ooh.
Yes, and mostly I'm like his punching bag. He kind of shoves me around and we record it.
So what are we going to see?
For everyone's
Why don't you
entertainment.
set this up for us? What are we at?
Well, this is just a small snippet of the motion capture that we did.
So usually what we would do, like for these scenes, is we went through the script and then we get the VO recorded, and then what we do what's called like an animatic, where I go through and set up kind of the rough camera placement and posing
Yes.
to kind of get an idea of staging, and then you can't really see it in a lot of these videos, but there's two screens at each end of the mocap setup, and Tim does a really great job at kind of like following the animatic, kind of getting an idea for the pacing that's needed, and then he injects, the acting. He kind of acts out with the timing of the VO to go with the staging that we set up in the animatic.
I
Yeah,
think
if you look
people
really
are.
closely, you can see it. And there's one on
Yeah.
each side. So like if Scott and I are doing something face to face, he's actually probably looking over my shoulder at the TV, and I'm looking at the other TV, and we're trying to sync up our actions.
Yeah.
I think people are going to be really surprised about just what you pulled off with your acting for the
This-
characters in this
he,
quest. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think this is going to be awesome. Why don't we take a look?
kinda
Because
physical, yeah.
you guys, if you're like, watch like a hawk right now, because this is an amazing video. Yeah, mute us for sure. Yeah.
What was that?
The Queens.
Queens? The Grenier Queens? Tell me what?
I am warning you. You think you're safe behind this metal, but you're not. Not in the ways that matter here. Behind this, you're still just a child.
My sister needs the orphan child, not its infested puppet.
The child? For what purpose?
To eat it, of course.
Hush, we'll come. Do not question your lords, Teshin Dax. Bring me the orphan. Bring me my Yuvan.
That's actually good.
They hear the video. You guys can hear us again, right, Dean? All right, so,
That was
oh
awesome.
my goodness.
I didn't know you were everybody in the. Wow. You're the whole screen, the whole scene.
It's a good thing that Teshin's a pretty wooden character. I think I'm making fun of Scott right now. Not Scott.
Scott.
Yeah, Scott.
He and I are both kind of 50-50 Teshin.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So you got to, were you excited to see your reactions?
Yeah. I'm excited to see them. I'm still excited because I haven't seen them yet because I'm trying not to watch it because I want to play through the whole quest. Obviously, I know all the cinematics.
Oh yeah, you're in
but
my clan.
I don't see how they all hang together with the gameplay, so I want to play through it and then I'll watch everyone's reactions.
Would you like to give away a platinum prize?
Sure.
All right.
He's basically the Andy Serkis of Warframe.
Aw, Tim. Oh my gosh.
All right, here we go. This is going to test your
All right.
linguistic skills.
Honestly, I'm just grinning seeing that video. Like, I can't stop smiling. That's
It's
so.
basically like I was back in elementary school pretending to be like Ninja Turtles and Power
Totally.
Rangers.
All right. The winner is, what do you got, Tim?
Someone's got to do it. Oh, that's an
Zero
easy one,
ace.
right.
Zero underscore ace.
All right. You've won 1,000 platinum, 0 ace. Do you know what you have to do? You have to send us a message to our Twitch page and tell us where to put this
Did you
platinum.
bring those gifts I gave you too? Because it might even be good. This isn't.
Oh, we got some gifts.
We do have
Well,
gifts.
this is about.
All right. Sorry, we're just we'll send Tim off now. Thank you, Tim.
Oh, you can stay.
Oh, you can stay. Or you can go.
No.
Stay, go.
Or go.
Okay, thanks so much, Tim.
Back to work.
Round of applause for Tim. And then we have one more
awesome.
guest after this, and then we'll move on to Q&A. But alas, we have gifts. Yes.
Let's see some gifts.
Just the face. Maybe the end of the face, the animated ones first. The faces, because we get the mocap, and then I think what
Wrinkle test and stuff.
and the
Yeah, wrinkle test is what you want.
yeah.
Oh, God.
So this is Alan V.
Sheldon? No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Sheldon. So we keyframe all the face stuff, but I noticed a couple people when they were playing the War Within, they're like, "Oh, my operator has crow's feet," and those were the wrinkle maps that you were seeing. So we're adding in. I think we might have shown this on other characters in the past, but we're getting.
Oh, God.
So Dennis is the character lead. He sculpted all the wrinkles for the facial features, and then Ian, one of the senior animators, very senior animators. He kind of
super
super
Yeah,
senior.
you barely
It's like-
walk. Yeah.
He comes in with his
He's like,
walker.
yeah, that was such a weird remark. Super senior. Yeah. We have a geriatric
What was
section.
it? The extremely senior. Anyway, and he plugs these into the expressions to get some really good face feedback and some expression feedback.
So cool.
Yeah.
So we're kind of going through. Dennis and Ian are kind of going through all the old characters and updating them
Nice.
for better for performance.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Why would we make Darvo that angry, though? That's the lore hinge here.
Wow,
Is
there
what,
you go.
What,
Yeah.
You'll see.
what could we do to enrage our sweet baby Darvo so much? But of course, with every major quest, every time we put all these elements together, there's bound to be bloopers, and there's bound to be moments of laughter and oh my god.
Not bugs. What?
Yeah.
Are there some bugs?
So we have
Never
Sarah
bugs.
from the QA team,
Sarah, come
and these champions were here. Going through it all. How many times do you think you personally played the quest?
Still counting?
Yes.
Emotionally once. Like 5 times.
Nice.
It got to the point where I was just like, okay, hold it in, hold it in, hold it in. It was good.
And you saw some
Emotionally
things.
fine. I saw many things.
You and the team all saw some
I'm
things.
so scared right now.
Yeah. The magic. Would you say that the magic is about to be ruined for people?
Maybe. Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
I know.
Yeah,
All right.
spoiler.
So the first image. We'll just go through each image, and we can just laugh.
Oh my god.
This one's my favorite.
That is also my favorite.
So this scene is when
The
you're
pivotal scene.
and when you get a receding hairline.
Jeremy was trying forever to get the effects right for this moment in the quest, and this is one of the results.
Actually, I think we have another result similar.
Oh no.
And what's happening here, Sarah?
Oh. That's just, Mirage. And her many.
That would have been
Army.
a confusing time for the operator.
Very confusing.
What else do we have? We're just going through
Oh, jeez.
Hi guys.
Yeah.
Mine wasn't that bad, so that's pretty bad.
Whose was this?
That's probably Todd.
There's another one of these too.
Yeah. Pretty good. And
Wow.
So close.
Poor Jeremy.
There's so many ways to look at this image.
So
There's a lot of ways to take this image.
It's your rule 34.
Oh my god.
That one's fine.
Is that you?
Yeah, just like very wide-eyed, like,
Beautiful.
I'm the boy.
That's pretty good. I'm actually lightheaded from laughing. Oh my god. And what else do we got for you?
One video.
Okay, and we end with the video.
Oh, this is my favorite.
Yeah.
This is my favorite.
So, yeah,
God.
it's, I almost wondered so you guys got to sit through all those glorious moments.
Oh gosh, yes. Many late nights / early mornings.
Yeah.
It's
messaging.
nice that they're funny now, but in the moment you get like heartbroken.
You're
every
so
time
angry.
every time QA would post a screenshot in the channel, you're just like, no.
We crush dreams.
Yeah. But
His job.
thank you
Keep
to
us
you
honest.
and everything you guys in the QA pit did
sure. QA rocks.
for sharing these bloopers. We love you guys. Thanks for coming on the stream.
And
Thank you.
Do you have
Just
a,
give away
oh yeah,
plat.
platinum,
Do I
of
have to do a
course.
plat? Oh,
Sarah,
okay.
are you excited to read?
Oh gosh.
Big winner.
You're gonna get
Did anyone bring water?
I did.
I just realized how thirsty I am. Thanks.
Is it gonna get murdered like your coffee?
Shut up.
Done. Here we go.
Could be.
Who's it gonna be?
Yep. Say plat more in the chat.
Yep. The more you say plat, the better it gets.
See.
Oh,
I've
you're buying
converted
into this.
Oh,
I've converted her.
I'm a mercenary with my loyalty, Sheldon. You should.
I know.
All right. The winner
Hello,
is.
Twitch viewer.
Be hard name.
Be all numbers.
Aw, it's an easy one.
Oh, what's the name?
Alex.
Sarah?
It's Fail.
That's a
Fail-X. Okay, it's Fail-X.
All right. Thank you.
I'm gonna go crush dreams.
Thank you so much, Sarah.
Thanks, Sarah.
Yeah. And we'll just take this time to do a big thank you to everyone at DE. Every team and every department helped in some way. So thanks DE, thanks for the team,
you. Yeah,
and
thanks,
Fail
guys.
X, thanks for watching. You just won 1,000 platinum. Message our Twitch page and tell us where to put it. And now we're gonna get into the questions because
Ooh, question
it's
time.
showtime. It's showtime.
Yeah, we had all those face problems because you guys had animated with one particular operator.
Yep. I can't remember.
And what we do is
Which one she is
we do
and-
morph targets
Yep.
to customize the face
Yep.
to your operator, and we realized 2 days before it
Yep.
went out,
It was-
we were just like, something feels wrong.
Yeah.
Something's wrong. And then QA started like posting more and more.
The more extreme cases.
The more extreme
yeah.
cases,
Yeah.
and then we finally realized, it's the operator you guys chose is being added. So whatever deformation it takes to get to that shape was being added again by whatever operator you
Yeah.
picked.
Yeah.
If you pick the same operator, no problem.
Oh,
Look great.
we
Yep.
have a visitor. Oh, thank you.
How come we
Wow,
don't get
that
this
is
service?
Yeah,
What?
That is how kind that is.
Wow.
I just spilled everywhere. It's okay, I'm sweating, so it feels good.
So we were it was down to the wire, and the entire animation team had to re-export every single cinematic from scratch.
Yeah.
And it just, yeah.
Yes.
That
That was the
is
most
not a-
nerve-wracking re-exporting every cinematic, and then
It was like start over,
and it took
and
about
it didn't work,
yeah
and yeah.
and it took about 8 hours just to re-export
So
everything.
this would
and
be the
then-
perfect time to ask you operator questions, such as Nicodemus wants to know, when can we have operators walk in relays? Come on.
We were hoping to get that in. It just didn't make it, so that is coming soon.
And operators interacting with Kavats and Kubros?
We're actually we didn't
Combustion
have time
Squirrel wants to know.
we didn't get to do it in time, but it's since the operators and the Warframes are on this, they share skeletons, so we're actually transferring the animations right now. To get them in, so it should be coming soon.
That's gonna be cool.
Because of the scale differences, we'll still have to do a pass. I'll make sure their hand placement
Right.
and whatnot matches up, but we're working on that right now, actually.
Great.
That's awesome. Thank you. I have a question from Xastikin about is Movember happening? And that's actually a really good question. Every year up until this year, we've started the entire month of November being Movember, which is when mustaches have Warframes, and we do a charity effort because of the war.
Mustaches have Warframes?
Wait, Warframes have mustaches, whatever. Whatever.
All right.
And we're actually switching our charity and efforts this year till December. So we don't have Movember stuff this year, we're sorry, but we will have something later in the year for everyone to participate in.
All right.
That's great.
Are you zooming in on me because I haven't waxed my upper lip and you're like, that's not, I'm joking. No, look at me. I'm Italian. Anyway, our next question is
Rebecca has mustaches.
I don't. Our next question is from Postal_Pat. With the return of self-damage when using the Tsar, so the Tsar is the latest reinforcement cannon type that came and it has self-damage.
Yes.
Will we see other weapons such as Tonkor, Sonicor, Simulor, or blast damage as a whole receive a similar treatment? In brackets, I'm wearing fireproof pants. So they just want to know about self-damage and how it applies throughout the weapon schools.
That's probably a TBD on that one.
Yeah,
I think
Tonkor was on purpose because we wanted the rocket jumping stuff to not murder you and make that a viable strategy.
which was just the fun part of
yeah,
that
it was
weapon,
like, oh, this is cool.
even though it
We
became
left it,
OP
Yeah.
nightmare.
Intentions turning into...
We thought it was fun, but it also had other problems.
Yep. So,
I think next year, after we get out of the clinic, we'll be looking at that kind of stuff, right? Yep. With a fresh pair of claws. Clowers.
Clawers. Our next question is from...
Are we going to be talking about ribbons?
Yes, I'll be doing a demo on the dev build over there.
Okay, because we are changing the ribbon stuff, and we've definitely been reading all of your feedback. Some of it polite, some of it not.
Yeah, and if you haven't checked out the dev workshop that we put up on Wednesday, I think.
We have a dev workshop on there. We've got tuning that we think we're going to be launching for this weekend. So if you are a long-term player and you are frustrated with it, we have heard you, and we definitely aren't satisfied either. And
I can go do it right now.
Rebecca will be showing. No, I just want to make sure because I can see some kind of like elephant in the room kind of questions.
Don't worry.
And it's definitely the Electoral College we're going to be reevaluating as well.
We're driven to talk about Riven.
We're driven to talk about Riven.
It's a given.
The mighty sigh.
Ouch.
Mighty sigh
Okay.
from Sheldon.
Ouch.
Good thing you're not on camera to sigh and ruin my fun. Anyway, our next question is from Potato_Ninja. When will we see more sentience? For some reason, I was under the impression that they would make an appearance in The War Within, but they didn't.
They didn't.
Why?
No.
Twist.
Well, on the quest that we've already started. For the,
Shut up.
The huge cinematic 2017.
Do not. No one take anything.
coming out in a couple
This
months.
is not a stream where you...
We're so close. It's so close. We just want to share it with you.
Who do I look to for this answer?
that wound is so fresh.
Sentience? Sentience? Which one? Why don't you go first? Jeff's getting redder.
Well, I know I am getting redder. I feel hot
It's
now.
you. You're the victim.
Well, you did. Steve kind of did Vine. He kind of snuck out a Vine.
Oh, he did. That's
when
true.
Vine was alive with the new weapon.
The very last
Kind
one,
of person-
Steve.
Yeah,
The very last Vine ever.
the Vine that killed Vine.
Yeah.
With that new sentient weapon. So we are working on.
They are in there.
Yep.
It's a great question.
We're working on
No spoilers.
sentient content.
Take the spoiler alert down. We're not going to spoil anything.
Yeah, we're talking about ribbons.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, I think the spoilers are done now, though.
Yeah, the main spoiler.
Well, no, we might not
let's
be.
just
Just
keep
leave
it up on
Leave
it.
it.
Who knows what we'll
I don't want to
say.
be liable for anyone's heartbreaking. All right, the S-Fire asks about a replay option for The War Within. Guess what? It's live.
Done.
Ta-da!
Done. Easy.
Dunzo Funzo.
Check. We're skewing the stats of answered questions now. We're seeding questions that we already have done now, just to
Have we
make us
had-
look like a more.
Like we're super efficient.
I'm joking. That was added before we did that. So.
I saw lots of questions in chat about endo chances and
sorties, yes.
And Daryl and I were just working on that today.
In fact, I have a quote from
Oh,
Daryl.
you have
So
a
please.
Daryl quote?
I do.
I'd like to hear what Daryl has to say.
How many F words are in it?
Actually,
Yeah, because
it's pretty funny. I don't know how much Daryl will appreciate this, but too bad. What were you going to say? And I'll let you know it.
I was just going to say that what we're going to do
Daryl
is
says is wrong.
exactly. It's live already. And no, basically we're going to limit the amount of times in a row that you can get an endo reward. So if you get that twice in a row on sorties, then you're going to roll for either ribbon mod or lens.
Cool.
So we're listening to the feedback.
Slightly skewed based on repeat.
We're going to
Gotcha.
skew. If you got it twice, then we're going to say, okay, you know what?
Yeah.
Next time, you're.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course,
What
his only
does Daryl say instead?
Just saw lots of rage on Reddit last night. That's it.
Oh, that's
So,
what he said.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he said, already got the thumbs up from Sheldon.
Yep.
And then I was going to say, oh, that was my next question. And then how he addressed that is
And we got it.
to be
So yeah.
determined.
So that's what we're doing. But we're still going to keep looking at it. So.
Yep. Although I do need endo, so
Yep.
hopefully I can still get it. Anywho, we have an Arthan question, and it is a spoiler question.
Okay.
Is the new operator system intended to be part of Focus 2.0, or is it another scale rework in the pipeline? So new operator system being that now if you tap 5, you can play as your operator in missions as opposed to just doing your transference waves. And what does that mean for Focus 2.0 and in that system overall?
That's a good question.
It means a lot, I think.
It means a lot.
It means a hell of a lot.
Yeah, it means a
Oh,
lot.
Yeah.
tell me more.
Obviously, Focus has been not touched since it initially went out,
Yep.
besides maybe a few little things, like bugs,
Mostly fixes, yeah.
knowing that was coming in the pipe. So
Oh, okay.
now that the cat's out of the bag, it's time for a sledgehammer.
Ooh, like a Fragor Prime.
Once
Sounds
the cat
bad.
comes
Sounds
out
bad
of
for
the
the
bag,
cat.
Yeah. Stay in the bag. Of course. We're the sledgehammer. That's not good either.
Yeah.
That's the kitty blender.
Now.
Involves a Fragor
It's more of a
Prime.
kitty pulverizer. Although,
Tenderizer.
there we go. That is going to lead to some nasty things. All right. So, actually, an interesting thing about the War Within as well is, and I don't know if you guys know this or not yet, depends on if you read a channel with this, but as you know, the War Within had choices, and at certain points in the quest and at the end of the quest, you were presented an option to choose something that seemed to skew towards the light and the sun, neutral, or the moon and darkness. What do you think the average results were by the end of the quest from our player base? So you have 100% of players finished the quest. How much percent went sun? How much went neutral? And how
This
much
is
went
exciting
moon?
'cause I don't know the answer.
Yeah, me neither. I have a feeling that our player base is very optimistic. So I think I feel good. I feel it's going to be mainly sun.
All right. And you?
I think Edgelord.
Yeah.
I think
I'm going to say
yeah.
68% moon.
Whoa. And
I
you?
think, yeah, I would say around
Percentage.
6. I think around
68.
60.
You guys are wrong, for sure.
Yeah.
I agree with that 60% man. Yeah,
You
for
will
sure.
be shocked to know that 30% went sun, 32.5 went neutral, and 37.5 went moon.
That's like
So it was
crazy balance.
shockingly balanced.
That's crazy
Next
balance.
person that complains about DE not having a balanced game can look great.
Wow, how long have you been holding that
I'm
one?
not. I just thought of it right now. That's why I laughed at my own joke. Right, Magamu? But yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so
That's-
I was shocked.
That's awesome.
That's really awesome.
Yeah, and that was the first sort
That's
of
scary,
batch of people.
actually.
We have better stats.
Yes.
really cool.
We have better, more granulated stats coming, thanks to Ben, and we'll share those at another time. But for now, that was the overview for the first part
cool.
of quest completion.
So
is
there's
very-
some aspect of balance in the game, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have one place where we really.
Yeah, and what we want to do with that alignment, I've been trying to get this alignment system into Warframe since 2012. So,
I remember the first.
Yep.
Yeah.
So hopefully Scott and I can figure out a way that factors into the rework of the focus system, which is really part and parcel to who the Tenno is. And some of those alignment choices may dictate things that you can or cannot get. And the interesting thing about the alignment is that going forward, it won't take a lot of choices to swing the other way, to become balanced or to go to the extremes.
I saw a
it
lot of
isn't-
people-
It isn't indelible, so to speak, but it has a bit of momentum, and it keeps you in that. But it's not like we're going to pigeonhole you forever.
That's good,
So if you
yeah.
feel like you made the wrong choice in the quest, in future systems, you'll be able to make the choices to move it around, move the needle, so to speak.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think
Yeah.
those choices in the focus system starts to kind of pick away at the I don't know, pick away at the story of where that Tenno's power comes from and that sort of thing.
Speaking of Tenno, we have a great question from MDR Laws, who you guys have met a few times, and he's part of our YouTube community with Zeno Gellion. Both Second Dream and War Within not only focus solely on our personal Tenno, but they don't seem to mention or reference other Tenno existing much. Will future quests expand the scope to Tenno as a whole and not just personal, or even go so far as to have a multiplayer quest or NPC Tenno in quests?
Yeah, that's it's like adding like the next level of challenge to delivering
Totally.
To delivering those quests, but isn't something that we take lightly when we have to limit people's multiplayer options during those times.
Yeah.
This one in particular was very personal, so it felt like you didn't want someone running ahead or kind of doing something distracting to make sure you were focused on what you were choosing. So I would hope that we can in the future.
Yeah, I
That's
think so.
something I would like to do.
In the writing, there's references though too.
Yeah.
The Tenno as a whole.
Honestly, I don't want to spoil it. I don't even know if I'm allowed to suggest this, but when you're in the cave in the first part of the War Within and you see a corpse there, is that a dead kid?
Not really.
Oh, I thought it was. I'm telling everyone it was.
All right, good.
But I think this is about high time to talk Riven, wouldn't you say?
Oh, let's do plot.
Oh yeah, let's do Plat. Actually, let's do Plat and that.
Plat and
And a hat.
Plat in the hat.
All right.
Plat in the hat.
Plat in the hat.
Here comes the plat in the
Scott,
hat.
why don't you model this for us?
Wow.
Wow.
So what is this? Is it a blanket?
It is a blanket. Don't open it because they're hard to roll back up.
Okay.
All right. We have a winner for the Plat and blanket prize. And hat prize too. Oh, Scott, that's brilliant. You should be a designer.
Wow. Look at that.
Oh.
I feel like
all
I'm
right.
watching Home Shopping Network.
I know.
And look, it's true. Scott can smile too.
I know.
It's an awkward smile.
So many things. Today.
Are we giving away a hat that's touched your beard? This is going to be the most
Apparently.
valuable.
That's kind of weird.
I know, it's amazing. The winner of
mine
this
now.
wonderful is Moody Glue.
Oh.
Moody Glue, you have won 1,000 platinum, so tell us where to put that. And you won a War Within merch prize package that's gracefully been assembled.
Is this
by-
merch? I think this is.
This is not merch.
This is not merch. This is like limited
exclusive
run.
swag. We only got a few made, so
Yeah.
less than
This is
100 made.
Exclusive swag.
Oh, we have an extra.
I don't.
In the hat.
Did you not get one in real life? Okay, that's yours now. Anyway, I'm going to go over to the Riven side of things. We can talk a bit about that. So while I walk over there, why
All I
don't
hear is you guys saying Reuben.
Riven?
Maybe I'm hungry.
Sorry, guys. I'm going to have to kick you out.
Sandwich?
Yeah.
All right. Why don't you give a little bit of an overview to what Riven is while I get set up over here?
Yes, Steve.
Riven. Yeah, I mean, we thought, like, we haven't made people really, really angry in a while, so let's try this.
All right.
Jesus.
So,
Riven is an experiment to look at to shed new light on old gear. Warframe mastery is based on basically mastering every single weapon, and when that happens, you tend to leave a lot behind you. And so the idea with Riven is this kind of primordial random loot. If you know Warframe from Update 6, if you've been with us that long, you'll remember that we used to have mods that were completely random. So Riven is taking some of those ideas and wedging them into the new system and creating a specific weapon that it works on. Riven, but we have a lot of improvements coming to how this system works. So if you've played it and there's a few things that are annoying about it, or a lot of things annoying about it, we've got a lot of interesting improvements that Rebecca can demo. I know that we're changing how the Kuva acquisition works as well.
that's later, but it's possibly coming as soon as today.
I don't think that's coming this weekend, maybe, but
No.
it's in the pipe.
So today we're going to talk
to get it.
about. Today we're going to talk about what's actually possibly coming today in the next hotfix, starting with Riven disposition.
Yep.
So as you, Rivens are only out for rifles right now.
Can you move me so they can see stats?
Oh, they don't need them there. It's up at the. It's only once you enter the upgrade screen.
Oh, it's in the upgrade. Okay, cool.
Once you see the upgrade screen, you'll
All right.
see this new section.
Yep.
And essentially, there's 3 dispositions: faint, neutral, or strong.
Right. Yes.
So,
So the idea is not, and with this is respect, if you love Soma Prime, like almost everyone does, the idea with Riven is not to take the weapons that are being completely dominating in terms of usage.
Yeah.
The idea is not to make them even more dominating. So what we're doing is Rivens are still going to be interesting for those weapons, but they aren't going to.
We didn't want to exclude them.
We're not going to exclude them, but because they're already so far ahead in the usage stats and dominating the game, they aren't as strong with Rivens as some of the weapons that maybe you liked, thought looked cool, or had interesting game mechanics, but you couldn't. You had to still get your meta on. And
Like,
maybe
for
you
example,
ignored those.
the Stradivar, which I probably.
Yeah.
So this
Yeah.
one has a. I don't have a ribbon for it, so I
Yeah.
can't see it. I think
Right.
that's how that works. You only see the stat once you have a ribbon for it. So.
Right.
So that's one way that once you get a ribbon, you'll know. Because the reason we have to show you that, of course, why would you want to know the disposition of something, is because you can control, to a degree, the results of cycling your ribbon. So I'll go through that now.
Yep.
So
And again, so you may have a personal opinion about this, and I can see some of you giving me grief in chat. You may have a personal opinion, but what we're trying to do is make more weapons of the game relevant. So even if you love Soma Prime, okay, you might be a little pissed off that the Rivens aren't going to be as powerful. But the truth is, statistically speaking and usage speaking, that weapon is vastly dominating amongst a set of 3 or 4 others. And our goal, whether you agree with it or not, our goal with Riven is to give new life to old stuff.
In essentially, I think the other important point is that Rivens are only ever going to be balanced within Rivens. It's not like we're going to change the core release of weapons around these. It's
and
an
if you
isolated
hate Rivens,
optional
you have very powerful, non-cursed stuff that you can work with, and your Soma Prime will continue to be the wrecking machine that it is. And you might find a Riven for it that you think, okay, well, this is worth the slot. But again, going with intentions, whether you agree with them or not, the intentions are to look at the older stuff and say, here's this kind of crazy wild magic thing that now makes it viable in the way that you might play the game.
And this is another huge change coming to Rivens, is once you decide to cycle it, which means you want to get a new result, so you can click cycle. The Kuva curve has changed, first of all, so it no longer is exponential, it's now lower. It still scales every interval. We have an example in the dev workshop.
But it's much less steep now.
So I'm cycling my Riven.
I love this, this is so wild.
And now, this is my before result, which I can keep if I don't like the after. So for example, my before was all about status duration and reload speed, and my after is about zoom and cold. So say I was like, oh, you know what, I don't exactly love that, although it does give me more cold damage. I could also kind of, you know what, I'm interested in playing around with zoom, so I'm probably gonna take the result.
Okay.
Because I want to try and make it.
Yeah, so the Kuva's gone.
Yep.
It costs less to do this, but the Kuva's gone now, but you can't.
You can pick.
You can pick between what you've got now.
You can control whether or not which.
So for the purpose of the example, I'm going to keep the old one just so people can see they don't lose. It doesn't always have to get worse because you can keep the old result if you don't. And say I want to do it again, but I don't have any Kuva left because I used it all today.
Okay.
But I would just need to go get a bit more. That's 1 siphon's worth, and then I could do that again and decide the results.
So again, these are things that we've seen in a very old version of Warframe, or we see them reforging concepts in other RPGs, and we appreciate your open-mindedness, especially. I hope I don't see a rip on this before it makes it into your hands. Let's give it a chance and give it a try first.
I don't think I have
and I
anything
think
else
that this is going to be a lot closer to what we intended with the system. So
cool.
I hope
The
you guys
cycle
like.
counter also went in.
Cycle counters in there.
Shows you how many times the ribbon has been cycled.
Oh, and the other thing is, hello. The other thing is, I'm just gonna go back this way. Is you no longer have to unveil after the first one.
Right.
So that's another big thing.
The unveilings, which is a huge change.
So as you can see, I saw the results without it being veiled because now every cycling no longer results in a reveiling; it stays unveiled.
Yeah. Which is a huge reduction of grind. You don't need to do the challenges after the first time.
It's important to note that the disposition is retroactive, so if you have a ribbon mod for a Tonkor or a Soma, its stats will change based on the now faked disposition.
To it.
Yeah.
Sorry, you were going to say something. I cut you up, but I didn't.
This is all results of reading community feedback, right? A lot of these ideas actually came from the community.
I think everyone did.
Obviously, they're great ideas, and we're watching and we're acting on the feedback.
And that's another reason why console players are waiting. We're waiting for the cutoff because I couldn't imagine this not being on console for launch. So
killer.
Totally. All right. Cool. So why don't we do some more questions? You guys have anything else you want to talk about with?
I saw Ash Deluxe going by. It would definitely be for the end of the year.
Oh yeah.
Like pretty soon, actually.
Maybe next week.
Maybe next week.
But we have to talk about Blade. Bladestorm.
Yeah, the Bladestorm didn't get quite the amount of QA that we wanted to with the.
There was an update last week or something.
Yeah, a small update that kind of ate everyone's time. So we wanted to make sure that it was solid and good before we let it fly with the skin. So
sounds good. It's definitely a power that has a lot of power, but also a lot of drawbacks because of the way players now are using it, seeing it used in squads. So the new marking mechanic feels very good.
Yes.
Very assassin.
It's cool.
All right.
Great.
So we'll take some more forum questions. All right, Dusai asks, hey all, loving the game and new additions that the War Within brought. Any plans to add the Ravenous Maw game outside the quest? I loved that part of the quest.
Oh man.
So that's basically Flora's Lava. Do we have plans for Flora's Lava mode outside in other levels?
Oh, they want that mechanic, or they want the Maw again?
It'd be nice
plans to bring the Ravenous Maw into the game outside the quest. I like that part. So that's the whole package.
I love that part. too.
From using transference on an enemy type, having a floor is lava mechanic. Scott's getting all sweaty.
Scott's getting nervous.
We got plans.
Well, we've had experiments.
Really?
Yes. There's shovels in the ground to try different things using the transference. So hopefully those pan out, and it's not the can of worms that we think it's going to be. But that's as far as I'll go saying. But definitely we see the potential of that mechanic and want to kind of pay it off. So.
And I think we'll be seeing the Maw return.
Yep.
The chat is very split on this.
Very split.
Please no more floor is lava. But like that's the whole point of being an agile ninja is that you should be able to. Well, in that case, you're a baby.
Yeah, baby ninja.
A baby ninja.
Yeah.
But the part I also liked about the Maw is I just loved controlling it.
Me too.
Yes.
And I just thought it was so fun.
I love the traversal.
And that just how it feels when it's moving and burrowing, and then it's over, and you're like, oh, I want that
more. Yeah.
So that's the part I would think would be really fun to add more.
Yep.
All right. I'm just going here. Did you see any questions stand out while you were looking at this?
Chat's going by.
I feel it.
All right. Yeah. Let's take a look at chat.
I was looking at chat, and we've nailed.
Any
most of
news
their
on that
questions.
frost skin soon, but not sooner than Ash.
That's right.
More and more possessing the Maw was fun.
Possessing Maw was fun.
Yep.
Chroma skin, no release date. Tremors.
Yes, exactly.
Very
Tremors.
true.
Yep.
All right.
Well, yeah, it's hard to.
Oh my gosh, it's too fast.
It's too fast.
I
to
can't
read.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the
yes
ETA,
to all those
ETA
questions.
on ribbon change?
There's two schools of changes. The ones I just demoed, which have disposition, cycle choosing, and what else?
Can we get the slow down?
Unveiling is
This is
that
not
could be
helpful.
that could be as soon as today on PC.
Yeah.
I guess you could check. Yeah.
I was gonna check. I'll check.
Shaolin can check. And we'll,
Our goal is to ship that so you guys can try it out on the weekend.
Yeah.
we have. I think some people caught I was using Valkyr Prime in my demo.
Yeah, saw you. Snuck that in there.
Sneaky snake. We have. Oh my gosh.
Yep, we got some lore challenges with that Prime, don't we, Jeff?
We do.
Because there's Gersemi and.
Yep.
I think that's a good choice to make to go with classic Valkyr for the Prime.
Yeah, of course.
Yep, definitely.
So I guess that leads to a.
They're still working on it.
They're still working on it.
Still working on it? Okay.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Arcwing spear gun.
Spear guns in general.
Yeah, spear guns and what happened to the?
They're plugging away at it.
Right.
It's I think I said before, it's the idle animations that are the
Yeah,
biggest
Great.
they're mechanically working, and
Yeah,
we're
there's
just
a
kind
little
of
bit- there's definitely some polish needed.
Yeah, tuning them up
Yep.
to kind of make them fun.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah. How many are we making?
there's Corpus
I believe
Grineer.
there's two, definitely.
Yeah.
Might be more, but
Speaking
two
of
for sure.
new,
For sure.
we've kind of publicly, whether it be at PAX Oz or other PAXs, talked about wanting to get 2 more Warframes in by the end of year. One being the musician style and the other being the infested style. People have an idea of what both are. I was just wondering what you've been doing, or if you have any thoughts on
We
this.
have a Warframe. We have a Warframe. The Warframe year actually goes until February. just like it's not.
like
we're not on
it's
the
a
same-
physical
we're like in
year.
a different. We have a
We're in
different.
the-
Oh, it's actually
Ours
March because
calendar?
that's when we went open beta.
Yeah, we have, a
so
different,
we're
we
on.
have a different new year. So I just want to make sure.
You're
that's
already
clear.
seeding the delay. Not that it's a delay, but you're seeding the.
Well, the thing is when the Warframes start to like materialize and become like playable, you can see the potential in like the Bard frame as it became playable and as the model got finished. It was like, well, it needs to have a good quest, and then the was it step sequencer idea came to light, and it was like, okay, well, we've got to take that idea and finish it and integrate it back into the powers,
Right.
and then make sure that the quest uses it. So then it was like, okay, so we got so far, and then it's like, oh no, backtrack so that we can integrate all this stuff, right? So, we pushed the Bard out and put the infested guy in, but then seeing him getting completed is obviously there's more and more polish to go into him as well because he's quite complicated. So
Yeah.
So we
So
will,
invested in your human years. And,
in human years.
yeah. and another year for.
Not
Bard.
another year.
Well, no, I mean in our year.
A Warframe year for Bard. All right.
From year. Yeah.
Basically, when they're done and when the supporting content is done, they will go up.
Gotcha.
Right on.
We're not going to
There you go.
necessarily
Ship it when
hinge
it's done.
them on a full point release anymore or anything like that. It
Right.
isn't going to be like, oh, we're holding this Warframe till update 20 or whatever. It's
Yeah.
going to be when they're done, when the content's done, out it goes.
Gotcha. Very cool.
There's a lot of questions I see about Valkyr Prime not having a tail. What?
She had a
I was going to say.
A bone.
I thought she had a.
A bone?
It's a spiky tail. It looks like a docked tail.
Yeah, I thought
one
she has
would
a tail.
say.
Oh, I see. Rotator and cool.
No, it's fine. She was there.
Okay, just making sure that
All right.
she does have a tail.
Back.
She has
scrub
a stub, like
Stump.
a perky tail. We'll say.
Okay.
All right, we have more Tenogen skins. We should have the next batch released by end of year on PC. So we showed those last Devstream. We went through all those. And we have Infestation Frame is the one you were talking about. Yes, that is, tis the one. We have Dojo questions. So Froderick wants to know about Dojo. That's a single word question, Dojo.
Dojo, yeah.
We added decorator mode, so you can now go in your dojo with much greater ease to decorate. It's no longer menu management to do a single task. It's a full mode.
Yeah, I'm wondering if what the guys in their clans would like, if they'd like a way to make their own obstacle courses, because that's one thing that we're kind
That
of
seemed to be the
investigating.
consensus from PAX Australia. But
That
do
was
we let
definitely
Australians speak for the rest of the world?
PAX was saying hardcore make that happen.
Did we even? I don't even think we've been on the stream since PAX.
We haven't.
No, since
Hey guys.
Hi, Australia.
Hey, Australia.
Sorry about
Miss you guys.
the time that you have to stay up to watch
I
this.
know.
Yep.
It all made so much sense why they,
Yep.
the dedication they put into watching
We
these.
did.
Missed
I
you.
did another. I was on a panel for the future of PC gaming or
right.
something
Future.
with other
Future.
guys. Yeah, exactly. Nostradamus. No one laughed at that except me.
Yep.
And it was just this panel about PC gaming, and it was just a sea of Warframe players.
Oh,
It was like there
amazing.
would have been.
it's pretty wicked.
I think there would have been probably 12 people there if it hadn't been for our Warframe fans. It was
That's
just
awesome.
like.
He's throwing shade.
I'm just throwing shade.
I mean, the
little
other
bit.
people were cool and great, but Steve's the only one who got an plus.
No, that's not true.
That happened. That's the truth. PAX represent.
Yep.
It's not true.
Yep. So
Everyone was
definitely
amazing.
shout out to my
To your posse.
to our great ton of players that I got to
Yeah.
party with
It
and
was
hang out
super cool
and
to hang out
answer
with you guys.
questions. Yes, and dojos was always a big thing, and we're working on this concept where rather than more obstacle courses is try to give you the components and design your own obstacle course.
People have
There's
have
a
done
fire
that.
pit here.
Like
yeah.
Excitebike.
Yeah, Excitebike.
Yeah. Rebuilt the track.
Totally.
Yeah. Love that shit.
So
Yeah, with-
definitely we need to get more dojo stuff into your hands.
Oh my gosh, with the latest Surge and Coaster games, we could make the Golden Maw, like make your own coaster, like Dojo Coaster Tycoon.
Yep.
Yeah, we get right on.
Am I the only one that wants that? I guess.
Yep.
Dojo.
We'll take a note for that.
Danielle puts her finger up. Thank you.
Arsenal and dojo, I saw that too.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
All right, we
Very
have
good.
questions about. I'm just going to say it just because what's a dev stream without bringing it up? Umbra.
Umbra.
Scott gets a head shake, Steve gets a nod, I get a
Yeah.
We'll shift uncomfortably.
I know.
Yeah.
We were just talking about it yesterday.
Yeah. Solid talk for now, folks. Don't worry.
Yeah,
we're not going to get you hyped for anything.
We're
until
not
it's
ignoring
closer
that question,
to
but
being
I
ready.
think a lot of us feel quite gun shy about how much we talked about War Within
Yeah.
before we even had the script done, which meant before we even started building anything for it.
Yeah.
We're
So
not gonna
the
do that
appearance
again.
was that we worked on it for a year, when the truth is it was about 2 months.
Yeah, we messed up the messaging.
Yeah, we really screwed that up. So we don't want to write too many checks on this one.
Yeah.
But we hear you, and we are interested in the same things you are.
There you go.
No.
That's cool.
All right, we have Limbo being brought up. We had a couple people before the stream make threads about what are they going to say about Limbo, and I didn't speak for you, but I sort of put forth the idea that it's going to be a difficult task because the people that love him a lot, and the people that don't like him,
It's true.
they
I met
just.
some of them in Australia
Yeah.
who are very big Limbo
So I
fans.
didn't want to put you on the spot with committing to anything Limbo related, but it is being brought up frequently.
Yeah. He was put in limbo for War Within. So,
Yes. Okay, I figured.
Yeah. So
Alright.
he is definitely on my list of tasks to complete before the end of the year. So hopefully we'll have at least something to talk about.
Yes.
But he is a tough nut to crack.
Yes. He has the most polarizing fan base in all of the Warframe.
He's got a sick hat though.
He does. He has many with all his alt helms.
Yeah. Yep.
Several. Are you
Several
good hats?
good hats.
Yes, it's true.
Steve's stepping up his sock game.
I know.
I got a little bit.
And it's beer. How convenient.
Beer socks.
Beer socks.
Maybe
or
we'll all I'm gonna.
I know.
Beer
Yeah.
socks.
I'm sitting,
So what do you have today? You
I
have
have like kids drawings.
kids drawings.
You guys are knowing that we have
on
the
your
front.
feet.
We have the front page of Twitch today, and you're showing your socks.
Oh.
Our socks.
Yep.
Good.
Okay, I'll show my-
Warframe-
Notice I'm not drinking beer.
That's true, actually.
Yeah.
You're the.
I got to cut back because War Within almost changed me.
Yeah.
Yeah, they almost changed
Did
me.
you go moon or did you go sun?
Oh man, I was definitely.
There were some moon days.
I was,
in there
I was
for sure.
mooning. I was mooning pretty hard.
That's all right. Sock
That's
meta
the thing.
confirmed.
Yep.
So we have some
Your ship is
questions.
Are we giving away the rest
cool
of these
stuff's
things?
happening.
Pardon?
We're giving away the rest.
We'll give away another one. Yeah, let's do that. Let's give away another platinum and beanie blanket prize.
You can give away the ones on Sheldon's head.
We got two. We got two to give
One of
away.
them is actually from a past stream, so we can't give it away.
Oh, okay. So we just got one more to give away.
One
give it away.
more special cozy perfect.
They haven't claimed it yet, though, so maybe your time's up.
This is perfect for if you're in a country that has not Christmas, but winter right now, because
Not Australia.
Yeah, I was
But you can
sneezing.
still wear
It
it.
was like spring.
Yep.
If you're in a cold country, we've got a wonderful
All
prize for
right,
you.
the winner is Scott. Why don't you take it away?
No.
Yep.
No.
You can read that.
No.
Shifty Enigma.
Oh, Shifty Enigma.
I
never was
thankful
able
wasn't
to
the
tell.
other.
Yes.
Shifty.
Shifty, Shifty Enigma. Congratulations.
I like the Shifty Enigma. Whenever you have those, it's a bad day.
Okay, enough. You won a blanket hat
Give me
and
one more
1,000
coffee, I'm
platinum.
gonna have one.
Shifty, I know that name. They won, and message our Twitch page, and we'll hook you up with this after the show.
Do we
So
have other
congratulations.
endless stuff that's changing?
Endless stuff. We're just fixing some exploits,
Some exploits?
Yes,
okay.
there's exploits.
All right.
and otherwise
It
that's.
sounded like we had some interesting things that were happening there. It was really cool.
We played it last night on primetime. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun with it.
Right on. Cool.
Yeah, primetime.
So we got big Riven changes coming this weekend. We
Yes.
think that you guys can check out and see if it's more up your alley.
Yep.
With the disposition, it's not revealed.
Nope.
Kuva cost reduced.
Get 'em
and
more
the choice
often.
and the choice between the new generated one and not.
Yes.
So there's a lot of good stuff for you guys to sink your teeth into.
Sortie changes.
Hopefully, you can give it a second chance.
Yeah, the sortie rewards.
Sortie rewards are going to learn about it if you have a bad streak of luck.
If you
Pardon?
have bad luck, yep.
Give it with Steve Song.
Yeah, when you give away my
I don't know
song.
if anyone wants those. I'm close
You
enough
don't.
to them to.
I need some foot
to
powder.
vouch for
I need some
your-
foot powder right now.
Yes.
Great.
What about Sentinel weapon ribbon mods? That is another point that we do generate them for the Sentinel weapon types like laser rifle, the death machine rifle.
That's right.
People haven't been too sold on that,
Yes. We agonized over that as well,
and then we decided to do it.
and we just kept it.
Yep,
Because it's a rifle.
because it's a rifle.
Yeah.
We just kept
I think, you know what, in hindsight, it was probably pretty good that we started just with rifles. 'Cause
Well, that
now
was
we're-
the-
You know, like, that felt, you wanted to be bold and be like, oh yeah, just do it for everything, let's get them all. And then it's like, okay, now let's just take it easy.
Yeah, we
Take it
definitely
easy
had to
and
start with a concise school of weapons because otherwise, rolling out the changes that we have across melee, shotguns, everything would have been,
Yep.
you know, pretty rough.
Yep.
So rifles only at first.
I'm noticing people.
Yep. We noticed.
Yep.
I liked Sentinel ribbons, says Roggle Boggle. Well, there you go. We're
Yep.
making you happy, which is, you know.
That's one person.
It's interesting. I mean, when you get a group of players and they say, yeah, when's Damage 3.0 coming out?
Yes, that's
And
actually a question.
And so I say, well, what would you like to see? And they just go, and they just freeze, right?
It's the hardest question.
It is interesting in dealing with like a long-running game like this, where you've painted yourself into 6-dimensional corners with the systems that we have, with the investment people have in their weapons, with the investment people get in a few days with Rivens. Right now, it's very interesting. You know, frying pan and fire situations all the time. So, but we're going to do it. This is part of the Warframe experiment. Is if the game doesn't change, it withers. So, you know, like it or love it, or hopefully don't hate it.
More changes coming.
We have to make these changes and evolve the game, and hopefully keep you guys entertained by doing that.
Yep.
All right.
Metro 991 console will be as soon as we get through all of our
Hot
fixes.
fixes.
As soon as we
Yes.
fix this up so that we're really happy with it, then we'll make sure that it goes out to console. But we'll make sure you get it before the end of the year.
What?
How
end
the
of year,
gauntlet
yeah.
is thrown.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the 24-hour
Absolutely.
the 24-hour gift of the Lotus alert just went.
Yeah, Pat's
I
gonna
know.
kill me, but yeah, before the end of the year.
I think he's
He's down for that.
Yeah,
He would say that. If he was here, he'd say that, especially if I was like squeezing it.
We got a couple frame rate tweaks, I think, that are going to Xbox One. HDR is still in progress, will not be shipping with War Within on console, but we are looking at HDR for both of the consoles. We did ship out a 10 O'Hare fix. Did we ship that 10 O'Hare fix yet? Jeremy's shader changes?
There was some Jeremy integrations. I don't recall.
There
what they
is
were.
something that's coming out that is going to give you back some of that dynamic range in your color choices.
All right.
Let's see.
I wish we could stay all day and talk about everything we want to do based on what everyone's reactions were now to War Within, and you know we.
We should say thank you
Yep.
again, though.
Yeah, we have
Thanks
to. We have to end this with a thank you.
Thank you for being patient.
Yes.
Thanks for
Thank
playing.
you for playing.
Thank you for
your
wanting the
understanding.
War Within, because that certainly drove us to finish it.
Yes.
after After,
And we definitely feel grateful to
And
be
I think,
in
you
the
know,
position to be able to make.
That's right.
It's a position of gratefulness
It is,
because
totally.
the worst thing would be is if no one reacted. People have reacted in every angle of approach to stuff we've done, and regardless, like we've said, please keep it constructive, please disregard the vitriol, and even if they don't, I can look past it outside, you know, our official areas just because at least you're there, and at least you care.
Yeah, in a weird way, you even kind of appreciate the pressure.
Yeah.
To get it out, you know, it's just.
And I, in particular, really appreciate the people that even if we do something they don't like, can treat me like a person.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, since we work for you, you know, if you kind of end up being our boss, and no one wants to work for an asshole boss. So I really appreciate those people that can make a criticism, but at least make it so that you know I want to. Get your approval, and I want to fix it for you.
Do it for the project and not attack the person. And you know, we see it. We see personal attacks. I think I've seen more in this release than anything else, just because there was so much emotions at stake with it. It was an emotional quest. It was a long wait. There were surprises. Ribbons weren't hidden because we didn't want your reactions. We genuinely wanted to surprise you with something new, and we were, you know, we didn't want to talk about it at all because we were like, finally, we have a surprise for our players, and. Yeah, that's just that played out the way it did, with people saying like intentions were cruel because we didn't warn you, but it wasn't like that. It was
like Little Navi sent us a note about her experience playing the quest, and that is 4 million times more motivating than some dismissive asshole on Twitter telling me that I can't design worth my life.
Yeah.
I mean, I know, why do I want to please that guy? Right?
Oh well.
And we think, no, for sure.
That's why you have filters. That's why.
You filter it, which is fantastic. And again, those it's not to be dismissive of concerns.
Never.
But it is to say, this community, we kind of expect you to bring a bit of diplomacy to your tenno and a bit of honor.
I think for the most part we get that. That's definitely.
It's definitely the vast majority.
Yeah, you can't.
Even like I watched a few streams even of people playing the quest and just learning even getting really like live feedback of what you did and even lessons learned for what to do next.
Right on.
I don't know. It's just it's kind of rewarding in a weird way too to watch that.
And I think I don't want to make it sound like we do for you guys. So thank you for being there.
Absolutely.
And we're gonna go record a podcast with
Is there a song about that? Oh, nice.
All we do for you. Everything I do it for you. That is a song.
Oh, that's a Canadian too.
Is it?
Yeah.
Brian Adams.
Brian Adams, right? Yeah.
Everything I do. Oh yeah, I know that song.
Robin Hood.
Oh, is it?
The one true Robin Hood. Kevin Costner.
Please.
I'm sarcastic.
Okay, I was about to say we have a problem. But thank you, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for playing War Within.
Thank
And
you.
Console guys, we're bringing it to you very soon.
If you stuck around for the spoilers, and of course, thanks to everyone at DE
Thanks everybody for
supporting it all.
Okay, cheers guys. Bye.